Hello everybody, this is Norm with Two Guys Farming. How you doing? We're back on Michigan Map. This is our Farmer's Journal entry number 22. We're getting another early start here. As you can see, the sun's just coming up over the horizon. And we're going to first check out our potato operation. Looks like everything is pretty full right now. Let's just check the water. 74%. Okay, so first off, let's do this. Let's hop in our JCB and let's get the steamed potatoes emptied. Okay, and that should then start the steamer back up. Might take a moment or so to kick in. And let's head over to the washer and see. We've got plenty of fuel, potatoes, and water. So we're good there. Okay, good, excellent. Alright, so what we're going to be doing in this episode is we're going to continue cutting grass. So here we are in our Massey Ferguson, and as you can see, we're over here just south of field 33. So we've basically been cutting the grass along the north, south or western edge of 30, 31, 32, 33. And then the grass bits in between those fields running east to west. So we're just going to finish this bottom bit here just south of 33, and then we're going to go ahead and pick up our grass. And we still have our operation where we have our Fliegl Overloader, our John Deere with the Bratner power push trailer that is dropping off the grass or chaff just off in the distance there for our silage. Okay, so and I think nope. Let's try that again. Let's see. There we go. There we go. Okay. Yeah, excellent. Cool. Alright. So, yeah, as you can see, we've got, we'll do a couple of rows here. We want to stay out of that canal. So, we also have some crops growing. We've got some wheat and sorghum growing. We have field 45 that we need to seed. But first we're going to finish cutting this grass. We'll do some, we'll pick it up with the forage wagon. And I'll show you guys my new little setup I have over here. You can kind of make it out. So I just put out some sheds for the equipment that I use when I do this grass cutting. So as soon as we finish cutting this, we'll head on over there and we'll drop off our Pottinger cutter and collector, and then we'll grab the forage wagon and get the rest of the equipment set up. We've got the John Deere and the Bratner power push on a course play. So basically the Fliegl Overloader will be overloading into the Bratner, and then the Deere will be bringing that to the BGA facility just off there in the distance, while we drive around and pick up the chaff or cut grass and then drop it in the, whoop, took that a little too quick, and drop it in the overloader station. So that's a pretty efficient little system I think I have there. A lot of people have mentioned, you know, why I don't get the chrome big. Okay, wow. Yeah, I had a little coughing fit there. I think I'm back. So, yeah, as I was saying before I started choking to death, some people have mentioned why I'm not using like a Krone big axe or something like that to cut grass and collect it. And, you know, probably at some point I will get one of those. But the reason I haven't yet is because they're pretty expensive. I think, you know, they run about $350,000. And the only problem with that is, one, it's expensive, but two, you can only use it for that. So basically, you know, the setup I have now, I'm using, you know, tractors and this cutter. But everything else I'm using anyway for other tasks. So, okay, so let's go ahead and so we're done there. So now we're gonna pick up some grass. So here's the setup I was mentioning. So, I mean, it's nothing fancy. Basically what I did was just place a couple of sheds. So it's really just a spot to keep this equipment when it's not in use. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to not play around with this anymore, and I'm just going to unfold it and then detach it. Okay. If you've seen any of my other episodes, you know how finicky this thing can be, tipping over when you try and detach it in the standing position. Hopefully this goes well. Wow, that thing even moves around when it's laying flat. Okay, perfect. Alright, so now we'll grab our forage wagon, but before we do this, let's first set up everything. So we'll get our Deere. So we'll use the Deere and the Bratner. So what we want to do now is set up his course. This will tell us where we need to put field 33. And let's do show all. Here it is here. So this will basically tell us where we need to put our overloader so that it's unloading into this. Okay, so not nearest. Let's try first. I shouldn't have any difficulties with this. Not like before. Alright, so he's gonna run the whole course. And that's, you know what, we're gonna let him do that. In the meantime, let's grab our Fendt. And the Fendt is what we will use to power the Fliegl Overloader. So I'll go ahead and get him situated. Now we'll have to wait for the JohnDeere to get back. But basically, somewhere in this neighborhood. So we'll go ahead and unfold this. And we'll wait for the Deere to get back, and then we'll put it in the right spot. Okay. So head back down this way and we'll start picking up some grass, and we'll just keep an eye out on the upper left hand corner for the Deere to get back, and then when he does we'll readjust the Fliegl Overloader, and then we should be in good shape, hopefully. Okay. So, how's everyone doing this Easter weekend? I'm actually recording this on Saturday. I'll probably upload it. It'll be ready to be viewed probably maybe Easter Sunday, late afternoon, depending on the internet. The sun's coming up, it's a little hazy. We should be able to see, yeah, there's the Deere. Hold on, let me just, there's the Deere coming on the highway now. So another couple of minutes he'll be in place. This is Bullet Bill's mod, Massey Ferguson pack. Really nice job on this stuff. Certainly one of the nicer mod packs out there. If you like Massey Ferguson, you want to pick this up. So let's just take a peek. Okay, so the Deere's almost back in position. You can see it there on 33. So we'll just wait for it to get there. Not sure if the status will change from transporting. I'm guessing. Oh, it does. Okay. So it's there. Alright. So let's just hold off on that. Oh. Wow, we weren't even close. Alright. Alright, so now we know that's the start position. So now we just want to place this so pipe out, so that is pretty good. So let me just hop in the Deere. Okay, we got plenty of fuel. Yep, so that should be fine. Okay, so let's go back in the Massey. So now basically what we're going to do is we're going to fill up this forage wagon and we're going to then dump or unload it into that Fliegl, which will then overload it into the Bratner. And when that's full, the Deere will then, using course play, will then drop that at the chaff bunker at the southeast BGA facility. So we're at 83%, so we should be, what the heck? Yeah, helps if you turn that on. Oh boy, Norm, come on. 86, 87. 89. You can just make it out in the distance there. Yeah, so basically this is how I make silage, or this is how I cut grass for chaff to then turn into silage. And the reason I like this setup is because I'm using equipment that I'll use for other things as well. And that's why I'll wait until I'm rolling in dough. I won't buy the Krone Big X. When I get plenty of money, then I'll get the Krone Big X. And then obviously that is a more efficient way to cut and collect grass. Because basically you cut it and then it goes right into a trailer. As opposed to now, cutting and then having to pick up again with a forage wagon. So the Krone does eliminate, the Big Axe does eliminate a step, but it's an expensive way to eliminate it. And right now we just don't have the money for it. We really want to put our money into additional fields at this point. This trigger can be a little funny. So we're just gonna, yeah, see? Son of a gun. Now we're going to hop into our Fendt. And now we're going to turn the overloader station on, like so. And now it's overloading. Perfect. And now I'm going to go get some more grass. And while that unloads into the Bratner, so now that's still unloading, and while that's happening, I'll make my way to get some more grass. So that Bratner, I think, is 40,000 liters. I just unloaded 50, so that should be enough to fill the Bratner. So if you look in the upper left hand corner, it's 41%, 43%. So as soon as that's full, it will drive off and head towards the southeast BGA. And it will then unload into the third chaff bunker. Yeah, so basically we want to get a field. We don't have a lot of fields right now. We basically have 25, 13, 7, 2, 45, and 51. And 2 and 7 are pretty small. 13 is good size, 25 is big, 51 small, 45 good size. But we definitely want to increase our arable acreage. So that's why I'm holding on to this money that I have now. Not sure what field. I was looking at maybe picking up 24 or 26, which obviously is right next to or on either side of 25. So that could be convenient as far as, you know, equipment and whatnot. I don't want to get a field on the opposite end of the map, because then, you know, obviously we had to move and transport all the equipment, and that takes time and money. So I want to get something close to something I already own. Okay, so now let's just check on the Deere's 100%, and there he goes. So let me just get rid of boy, he's going pretty fast. But hey, it's okay. Seems to be working. Okay, cool. So we want to keep going and keep filling that Bratner so that when he comes back, the Deere, he'll fill up again and he'll make another load to the BGA. So that's what it's all about with this setup, trying to maximize efficiency. And as you can see, we have a good amount of grass to pick up. So this should be good for at least 3 or 4 loads. Or, you know, maybe a couple 100,000 liters of chaff, hopefully. So let's just... oh boy. Boy, this chaff bunker is... yikes. I forgot how full it was. Is he gonna be able to get up there? Oh man. This will be interesting. Yeah. Okay. So we got 385. Let me just put all-wheel drive on there. So we're gonna finish with here. So this is 430,000. So we're 71%. 97% compact. This is a ton. This is the most chaff I've ever had in a bunker. So I'm hoping that he's going to continue to be able to drop off like that. Because I don't know, that's a lot of chaff. I don't think I've ever had more than a couple 100,000 liters in a chaff bunker. I wonder, does it take longer to ferment the more you have in there? Interesting. I wonder. I guess in theory. Well, I don't know actually. I'm trying to. If in real life, I guess if there's more, then that would take longer to ferment. But actually, I don't know. To be honest, I have no idea. So if there's any real farmers out there, I know there are, let me know. There is a mod, I think it's called Bunker Extension. I've been looking at it, playing around with the idea of using it, and essentially it makes the chaff turn into silage process more realistic. So one of the things is that you can't just leave chaff in a bunker for a long period of time. Like, let's say you take, a few hours of playing the game, just dropping chaff in there as you come across it. And in real life, alright, so we're full, so we're just going to hit over. In real life, it rains or there's moisture in the air, and that collects into the chaff, and that kind of degrades it. So the theory is that ideally you want to put chaff in as quickly as possible, compact it, cover it, because the sooner that process happens, the better the process is. I'm really hoping there's a real farmer out there that can shed some light on this for me, but basically that's kind of it. Alright, so I think we can turn our lights off. See if we can find this trigger a little easier. No? Very cool setup. I really like this. Ian Robson did a review on this Fliegl Overloader. That's where I first came across it, and thought it was a really cool mod. So I downloaded it and I use it, and I love it. I think it's really great. And it's some of these mods you look at and you're like, do they exist in real life? You wonder. And I wondered about this one, but it does. It's definitely a real tool. And it's accurate as far as the capacity and the size of it and everything. So yeah, it's really cool. I like using it. Thank you, Ian Robson, for introducing it to me. Alright, so we'll go ahead and pick back up here. So the goal is, hold on. The goal here is to have that John Deere always going back and forth. So I think we may accomplish that right now with this next load, because the Deere, he's definitely going to fill up, but we're going to drop another 50,000 in there before he gets back. So we'll be one step ahead of him, so that'll be good. That means when he comes back, there'll be enough grass in the Fliegl Overloader for him. Yeah, so he's transferring now, and the Fliegl has 15% left in the overloader. So yeah, this should be perfect. Why did I just see $2,000 flash? We just made 2,000 bucks somehow. I have no idea how. Yeah, I don't know. I will check in on the Deere, because I'm getting nervous. He won't be able to make it into that chaff bunker, but we'll see. Like I said, I've never put that much chaff in a bunker before, so I mean, presumably you can. I'm just thinking we may fill that bunker up. Which will mean we'll have to get a little creative. Let's just see where he's at. Alright, he's got a little bit of ways to go, so take a little break. I'll get a drink. Okay. So basically, we're not going to sell this silage. We will if we need to. But we're using this for our animals, both for in the form of silage, and then also to make TMR. Alright, so he's getting up there pretty good. That's good. Alright, that's good. So 43. Nice even spread. And for some reason he stops and then he finishes right at the end. Okay. Nothing wrong with that. So stopping like I just did with the Massey, that may make the Deere wait a little bit, but let's see. I got 25,000 plus 8,000. I think that Bratner is 40,000. So I need 32,000 plus what's in the overloader now will be enough to fill the Deere. But he might beat me back there. 31, 32, Let's try it. Let's try it. Boy, he's kind of slow. Let me... This thing, I don't know. I mean, it's got a full load. Well, it's not a full load, but it's still 32,000 liters of chaff, so that's gotta weigh something. And I should be able to unload this by the time he gets there. Yeah, so what do you guys think of my little rusty sheds? It's a, you know, I thought it was a nice little place rather than just parking stuff in the open. You know, very inexpensive way of just kind of, you know, keeping the stuff together and giving it some sort of shelter from the elements. Huh. Where is that elusive tip trigger? Try it again. There we go. And here comes the deer. Yeah, so that's fine. So as long as... And we're off. I'm going to take the wheels off. Put my small wheels on. Am I faster with the smaller wheels, or is that my imagination? Not sure now. It seems like I'm a lot faster. Those front wheels are like, they're stuck in. Oh, hang on, hang on. Yeah, it's one of the things I like about this Massey. You can put the duals on there, you can change the tires. These are more row crop tires, I believe. I don't know, it seems like I'm going a little faster, but it's probably just my imagination. So the Deere is, yeah, 40,000 liters it looks like, if my math is correct. No, it's 50. Is it? Yeah. Yep. So, it's okay. It should be enough to send it on its way. 97. Why does it seem to have stopped? Right, so there wasn't enough. That's why it stopped. Okay. Live and learn. Yeah, so I needed another 10,000. Alright, so I'm at 40. Definitely seems like I'm going faster. I don't know. I could be totally wrong. Anyway. Alright, so what's going on with you guys? What maps are you playing? I've been pretty focused on this and Chellington Extended. I have a ongoing series on Charlton Extended as well. And then I also, on my own, kind of when I have a chance, I got my own game going, my personal game on Belgique Profound. It's French or Belgium, I don't know. One of those. Anyway, really, really cool map. Technically Belgium map, but it's, you know, of the UK style, very small, kind of narrow roads and small irregular shaped fields. But the main farm area, I think, is the nicest main farm area I've ever seen. It's just got a ton of character. It's like, you know, multi-layers almost. Like it goes up and down in elevation, and it's just really cool. Really, really cool. So check that out if you're looking for a UK style map or a smaller map. It's cool. It's really cool. It has beef, it has pig, it has goose, fattening. It's got milk cows and sheep, and like I said, smaller, kind of irregular shaped fields. But it's a really cool map. I like playing it because, you know, I don't have a lot of time normally when I play on my own. So I'm able to get a lot done, or I'm able to get different things done in a short amount of time. Because it is so small, it's like really easy to get around. So you can accomplish a bunch of different things in a short period of time, I guess is what I'm saying. Alright, so where are we right now? Okay, so in between 30 and 31 we have to pick up. And I'm going to cut across 31 and 32. I don't think there's grass there that needs to be picked up, but we're just going to verify. So there is the Deere way off in the distance. Okay, so this looks good. Nothing to pick up there. There's our rusty shed set up. And I added some bushes around it and, you know, kind of make it look a little lived in. I've got my Peterbilt there and my trailer. I use those to transport all of these tractors and equipment here. So let's see. I'm thinking if I hit it in the middle, that seems to be the best place for the tip trigger. So as soon as you put in the overloader, it starts going into the Bratner. So that's good. So these guys, they'll be on their way any moment now. Yep. Perfect. And I'm right behind them. So they're off doing their thing and I'm off doing mine. And that's that's the beauty of this setup. Very cool. So we'll follow our trails right back to where we came from. And we want to, again, this is, all of this grass cutting is for silage. So what we're going to do is we need to now start to transport the silage from here to the bat farm. So how are we going to do that? That's a good question. You know what? Let's do this. We're going to put this right over here. Alright, so we're going to leave this here for now. Shut it off. Let's hop in our Deere. And we need to transport this silage to the northwest farm, or what I call the Batcave farm, because that's where we have our animals, or that's where we will have our animals. So let's see how this guy does here. Well, he's still getting up. 80%. So this will bring us to 500,000 liters of silage, which is the most I've ever had in one bunker. So I think what we're gonna do is we need to, let's hop in our JCB. We're going to see if we can compact that. You can see our tedder and windrower. Obviously we use those when we are what are we looking for here? JCB, where are you, JCB? There it is. Hiding at the bottom. So I'm hoping we can drive through this bunker a little bit and compact it, then we're going to cover it. No idea if this is going to make it up there or not, but let's see. Boom. 99. Perfect. Alright. So we're going to cover this. Perfect. And let's just park this here for now. And let's go back to our JohnDeere. So we're going to stop him. And now we need to, I'm thinking here, what do we need to do? We want to transfer that silage. So we need our Kenworth. We need our Kenworth. We're going to grab a Wilson trailer, which is just around the corner here. So, I'm just thinking here. So we need a Wilson trailer. And we also need a tractor. There, so alright, so we'll just park that here for now. And where is that? I think it's this quad track. Yep, perfect. Alright, so let's get that started up. Let's grab our I believe, yep. Color. What color do we want? I don't know. Let's go with a green, I guess. Alright, so oh, hold on a second. That doesn't have a 3-point. It does have a 3-point on the rear. I wonder if I can put it on the rear. Alright, let's do this. I don't know if I can put a silage cutter on the back. Let's find out. Do I don't think, yeah, I don't have another, do I have another tractor here? I don't think so. No. Let's see if this is gonna, I doubt it. Oh, you gotta be kidding me, it worked. Wow, that's huge. Awesome. Okay. So now, we're gonna drive this to the BGA, and we'll use this to fill it up, or the Wilson trailer that is. But first, let me just... Okay, so he's... Ah! Okay. Yeah. Obviously, he wasn't able to empty. I'm going to shut these two off. And let's head back here. I wonder if this is going to work. If I'll be able to turn it on and use it from the rear like this. I don't see why not. I mean, it's just a regular 3-point hitch with a PTO, right? Well, we'll find out. Yeah, this looks pretty good in green. Green and yellow, so I guess it's kind of John Deere colors a little bit. So that looks pretty cool. Now this is actually something that I have no concept as to whether this exists in real life or not. I'll have to do some research. I have no idea if this is just a totally made up mod or if this actually does exist. I suppose it could. You know, I guess it you know, same concept as a snowblower, right? Basically. So, yeah, if I had to guess, I would say, yeah, this probably does. Maybe not in this exact form. But, yeah, I would probably say that something like this exists in real life. So there's the Deere going back. So I'll just let them sit for the time being. If I remember, I can figure out how to do it. I'll fast forward through this part. I'll edit this in post-production, as they say. Hopefully, if I remember. What the heck is that? Why is the Deere's coming back? Because he's full, I suppose, right? Alright. Boy, he seems like he's really going fast. Almost like he's going to catch up to us. Alright, so what I'll do is I'm going to just stop him. But yeah, he does look like he's catching up to us, son of a gun. In the event that this doesn't work on the rear 3-point, I'll just put on the Deere. Yeah, he's gaining on me, son of a gun. Da-da, 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 da-da. Okay. I mean, now the issue is going to be how I'm going to somehow get this trailer. Alright, but before I do this, let's get this JohnDeere. This poor guy. Exercising futility right here. Okay. How much silage? 242. Alright, so what we want to do, take the cover off. The only concern I have right now is not being able to use, because this has kind of like that, it's not, obviously not a tipper. That's the only concern I have, is being able to unload this at the other farm. But there is, I'm almost positive there's a bunker there. So I should be able to unload it right in there. Okay. So that should be fine. It's on. Oh, yeah, it's working. I mean, it's a little, obviously it's a little off, but it's going in there, even though it doesn't look like it exactly. It's going in. going in. See if that helps. Yeah, because I think it always wants to go in the front of this first. It seems like this is filling up fine, so... Yeah, I think this is gonna work actually. Oh, having a little bit of a traction problem. Oh, we might not have to. Let's see if... Wow, I can't even go forward. Alright, let's see if I can get a little speed. Come on. Come on. Uh-oh. Oh. Yeah, we're good. I don't know if this is the most advisable thing to do, but... Yeah, we're gonna fill that thing out. Okay. So... 85,000 liters of silage. So here are the bunkers, which I believe I could put in there no problem. So let's see. Potato, sugar beet, wood chip, steamed potato. Maybe there isn't a silage one. I could be wrong about this. Let's see. Well, worst case scenario, we have that bunker. So this silage. Okay. So yeah, I should be able to just put it right in there. So let's try that. I know it's going to be a little funky because of this doesn't tip in the rear. But let's see if we get a tip trigger. No. That's alright, we're a little far away, so let's get a little closer. Yeah, we're good. Yep. 24, 20, yep. Perfect. $85,000. Yep. And obviously, the reason you can see all the straw bales there. There's our TMR mixer. More straw bales there. And more straw bales there. Where are my hay bales? There's more straw bales. Where the heck are my hay bales? Oh, there they are. On the side of the chicken coop. So there are my hay bales. Definitely a good amount, but not nearly enough. Not nearly enough. We'll definitely need more hay. Alright, so that actually worked out pretty well. So, alright guys, well, I think that's enough for this episode. Certainly been long enough. I'm sure it's over an hour, but anyway, hope you had a good time, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thanks again, and take care. Bye-bye.